Peace.
Peace.
This is Joshua Miller Law, Mr. PhD. You're just now entering the cipher called Real2reel360. K-Wise.
Peace, God.
Bring that beat in, kid.
Indeed.
Peace.
Yeah. What's going on, party people? Welcome to the Real2reel360 show. Let's get it in. We do the knowledge of wisdom so you can understand. Real2reel360 shows in full command. We changing the game for how it all was taught. From bondage to freedom to an independent thought. Yo, the show is here to bring about a change for real. To lighten everyone so we all know the deal. 360 degrees is a fact. We created the show to give our love back to our communities so we can know what's going on and give them the support from knowledge to porn. So if you're ready to learn, then it's time to go. Sit back and relax and enjoy your show. Peace.
Am I the meanest?
Sure enough.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this time?
Sure enough.
Well, who am I?
Joshua Miller Law.
Who am I?
Joshua Miller Law.
I can't hear you.
Joshua Miller Law, Mr. PhD.
Peace to all our followers, likers, and subscribers. Yes, we back in the building again. We locked and loaded. Today we have a great episode for you. We're gonna bring this man on here tonight. This brother is called Candy P, and we gonna bring it up for you. Let's get it poppin'. What's going on, Deidre? How you doing? Danielle Renee, I'm looking forward to tomorrow night with you, love. Good evening, brother. How you doing?
Man, good evening. Good evening. How you doing today?
Man, I can't call it, man. I can't complain, to be honest.
You look good, though. You look good.
Appreciate it. You do too, man. Hey, give the followers, likers, and subscribers a brief snippet of who Candy P is.
Okay. Candy P is a Southern soul singer. What I do, it's too much. It's a lot of other music out here, but I do relationship music. I do music that's based on keeping relationships together, keeping people together, keeping letting know ain't nothing wrong with just having one person in their life and building on that and going and making memories out of relationships. And that's what my music is all about. It's about fun times in relationships. It's about loving times in relationships. It's about being intentional about who you be with and stuff. And I just love the type of music I write. Because God gave me this music and I feel like it's time to put it out.
Now, how long have you been doing Southern Soul?
Well, I've been doing this for all of I'm telling you, here's a story, short story.
Mm-hmm.
About 8 months ago, I used to be a professional gospel singer years ago, and I stopped singing for a long time. I never did sing for about 10 to 15 years. Mm-hmm. I woke up about 7 months ago, and I told my wife, I said, I woke my wife up. I said, baby, go get me a pencil and a piece of paper. And, and it was about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. She looked at me real crazy. She said, no, I'm not doing that. And so, but anyway, she was obedient and got up and did it. Mm-hmm. And she gave me a pencil and paper. And I sat on the top of the steps in my house and I started writing down words. And in the process of me writing down words, God gave me a whole song and the music to go with it. And when she woke up that morning, I sung it to her. And then I sung it to, I revealed it to a friend of mine who's now my producer. And he said, let's record that. So it's a song called AM PM. And that song came to life that night. And I've been singing ever since. I'm back in it now. I'm full force. People have said that I sound like, in some instances, I sound like David Ruffin. I sound like Bobby Womack. I sound like Al Green. But but I'm loving where I'm at right now in the music, and I got a lot to offer, and I got a lot of good music to give out there.
Okay. Well, we're gonna go right off into AM/PM right now, so they can check that out for you right quick.
Cool.
Let's get it.
Yes.
This is one of them songs that you want to take time out to thank the one that you spent your whole life with, the one you spent all the minutes, all the seconds, all the hours in the day with.
MC Cookie in the house.
When I think about all the hours of the day, I get so excited. All the minutes I had with you, dark in the night, night in the day, spending my day counting the minutes of my life. That's all I wanna do. Just spending my time with you. Every single day, I open my eyes and there you are. You are my strength. You are my superstar. Night comes again and daylight goes away. I get so excited. Tomorrow is another day. There's no other place and time. I wouldn't have it any other way. There's no other reality. It's here where I want to stay. After all the hours and minutes that passes by, you are still the apple of my eye. When I'm awake or just dreaming about us two, I get so excited spending AM and PM with you. AM, oh yeah, PM, AM. That's all I wanna do. Oh yeah, oh. Just spending my time with you. Every second, every minute, every hour of the day, every year go by, every month, every year go by, every month, spending my time with you. Oh yeah, spending my day with you. Oh yeah. Yeah, spending my time with you. Oh yeah, spending my day with you.
Yeah.
Man, that was a nice jazz track right there. That track is jazz. Like that whole,
Thank you, man. Thank you.
that's a whole jazz track right there. Man. You know,
Yeah.
who created that?
Oh, that's the song. That's the song that God, that song I was just talking about. He gave me the whole lyrics and the words in one night. I just heard the whole sound and lyrics in my head. And I wrote it down on paper and I recorded it.
Okay. Now with shout out to all those who chimed in, EU from YouTube, and Vanessa, you know what I'm saying? Vanessa Johnson's in here, Danielle Renee, the international superstars in here, Carla Renee is in here, Cookie the MC, the entertainer, you know, is in here. Now, when did you start singing all together?
I started in about I started when I was 15 years old. I used to sing with a group in Atlanta called the Deltones. I sang song. I was singing in probably in old Atlanta. I was singing in nightclubs when I was 15 years old in underground Atlanta back in 1970. I ain't gonna tell you, but but I've been singing a long time. Been since I was 15 years old.
Okay. Now, when you first started singing, did you start out with a group? Brown Sugar's in the building, Miss Brown Sugar's on the check-in. Much love to my sis right there. Did
Yeah.
you start out in a group, or was it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I started out
gospel?
with a group called the Deltones, and then I went on. Then I got a contract to sing with a professional gospel group. I sung with a professional gospel group for about 25 years. I sung with a group called the Royal Jubilees of South Carolina, and we did about 4 or 5 albums, and I did that for a long time, and then after a while, I just quit singing. I just quit singing, and I transferred, or my sister wanted me to sing so bad. My sister's deceased now. I have a sister. I don't know if you might have remember. Her name was Teresa Hightower. She was one of the top jazz singers here in Atlanta, Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
And I would just go. I lost her to cancer, and I just lost the urge to sing again. And then that night when God gave me that song, it just kind of all came back. So now I have the itch now, and I'm taking it as far as I can take it.
Okay. Now, when it comes down to like gospel and Southern soul, how easy of a transition is it for you as an artist?
Oh, it's pretty easy to me because it allows me to use my range easily, because gospel side that gave me that I used to have to use a lot of raspy notes, and then R&B you have to do raspy notes, and Southern soul you have to do raspy notes. But I also am able to do a lot of high tones and stuff, and I love the opportunity to show that I'm a very versatile singer.
Okay. Now, being that you have worked in gospel for so long, did you ever think about going solo when it come down to gospel music?
No, I never did. Because I was hooked on that quartet sound.
Mm-hmm.
I was hooked on that quartet sound. I never did think about going solo. It never crossed my mind. It did, because once the the guys that it dissolved, I just didn't do it anymore.
And shout out to Danielle Renee. She says that Miss Hightower was the truth.
That's
She
right.
was
My
such
sister
an
was the truth.
inspiration.
My
She
sister
was
was
such
the
an
truth.
yeah,
Yes.
such an inspiration to her when she first came to Atlanta.
Yeah.
And that right there, that young lady that just stated that is, when I
Yeah.
tell you, she is fire. She's
Right.
international, and
Yeah.
for her to be inspirational to her, I can
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
imagine
Yeah.
how she was.
Yeah.
Now,
I miss her. I miss her so much, man.
I know when it comes down to making your music, who do you work with full time when it comes down to producing your tracks and things
What?
like that?
Well, I got my drummer. He's a producer, music producer. His name L. Urson, and Pete, and my keyboard player Pete Burney,
Mm-hmm.
and my guitar player is Jeff. We all get together, and AI, and we all get together, and we have so much music coming out. I got a new song coming out in about I don't know when it's coming out. It's called "Not Your Money," and you're gonna really like that. We're gonna really like that when it comes out. We've already finished recording it, but we probably don't know when we're gonna release it.
Definitely. Now, when it comes to like producing and writing your song, what is your preparation for a song? What is it that motivates you to write the song that you write?
Oh God. See, you got me there. My
Mhm,
motivation
mhm,
is my wife.
mhm.
My motivation, my wife, because remember, we have so many some fun things that we've done, fun things that we've been, and our relationship. I learn, I get my inspiration about writing about what the lives that we've lived together.
Mhm,
That's like what I was talking about, AM, PM,
mhm.
AM, PM, and then the next song is called Intentional, and
Right.
that's about being intentional about being, just being intentional about who you love, about who you spend your time with, who you give your heart to. You got, she's just been such an inspiration to me, and I just like my music is based on that, and even the song that I wrote about not your money is about the fun times that we had going to the casino. So it's so like I said, it's about times that we spent together and times that memories and I'm sharing them with the world. But and like I said, I do relationship music to show people you can have a good time with just one person in your life.
Mhm. Right. Right.
Yeah.
Now, with talking about relationships
Mm.
and these days and times where the music a lot of times aren't fitting for a relationship.
Right.
What what do you think that the music or the music that you bring to the genre speaks about love that can help families and relationships keep their bond?
Well, yeah, that's a good question, and I think that you have to don't. I think I want to try to at least convince as many as I can to to give whatever you have, give it a try, give it a chance, and build on it. Stop building a house halfway and then start on another house. Finish, build that relationship as high as you can build it. Don't just stick. Don't try to build a neighborhood. Just build that one house with you and that special person.
Right.
So.
Now, when um when you first started performing,
Mhm.
what was the reaction and how did it make you feel when you stood out there and started singing?
Well, put it this way. I love to perform. I love to go in the crowd. And my reaction is just I love how I make people smile. I love how I get people up out the seats. I love how I get people dancing and dancing and shouting. And then sometimes I love how my wife gives me those little looks, but but it's a good thing. It's a good thing. It's a good feeling. And I like I said, I can entertain all night. I love to entertain. I love to make people happy, and I love to sing. Above all, I love to sing.
That's beautiful. Shout out to Yolanda Marshall. Bridge the Gap Promotion is in the building. Appreciate you for checking in. Appreciate you for checking in. Cookie the MC, the entertainer. Definitely appreciate you for checking in. Now, when did you figure out that you wanted to sing professionally?
Oh, I didn't, I was talked into it. I didn't really, really want to. My producer, who's my L. Ursuline, who's my producer now, he said, he just told me, he said, you got a lot to offer. He said, I want you to start singing professionally and become a recording artist. And I pulled back on it for a while, but eventually I said, okay, let's try it. And so far, so far, I just thank God because the music is taking off and people are enjoying it, and I'm enjoying the journey. Whether it ends tomorrow or goes to next year or year after, as long as it goes, I'm enjoying the ride.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So your first song that you ever wrote, or your first song you ever recorded, was it gospel or was it Southern soul?
But the first song I ever recorded was Southern Soul is single as this song. The first song was AMPM. That's the first song I ever recorded.
Okay.
AMPM.
So the first song that you ever done professionally is gospel. Came from the quartet.
Yeah, from Quartet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you spoke about being in a quartet for about since the 70s,
About 25 years. About
about
25 years.
25
Yeah,
years.
yeah.
And you have what as a catalog you have 5 albums, five five projects that you've done. Now
Mhm.
with each one of these projects, which one of them inspired you the most to keep going when it came down to singing?
Well, uh it was the album. I did an album, a gospel. You talking about gospel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I did an album, and the title, one song on it was talking about the name of the song inspired me to keep on singing. It was called Nobody. The song was called Nobody's Child, and I wrote that song about that. I grew up and I uh, I grew up to it in a life that it wasn't pleasant, but I made it through. But I felt like I was nobody's child. But the song let me know that even though I felt like I was nobody's child, the word said, at the end of the day, I'm still God's child. So, and that that inspired me to keep singing it, and it made me through a lot. That song made me through a lot of time. Got me through a lot of times.
Definitely. I appreciate you telling us that.
Yeah,
Pit Bulls in a Skirt production is in the building. April Lisa Mitchell says congratulations from your family in the Bronx.
yeah,
It's time to check in for you. Now, with the song Intentional,
uh-huh,
we know that your wife inspired it, but
uh-huh.
did she sit down with you and know that you was going to write that song about your relationship with her?
No, she didn't. No, she didn't. No, she didn't. And because uh, see, I want to. A lot of people. I want to say this about me. Sometimes it takes a while to understand what real love is, and it takes a while to understand uh, what real love means to you and to somebody else. Because I tell I went by writing that song. I by me using the words intentional is I was saying that you know you just can't just say, okay, we want to be together. We're going to try it. I think it's time for us to, in our life, to take time and think about what we're doing, who we're doing it with, why we're doing it, and what's the outcome from what's going to be the outcome of that, and be intentional about planning, and then be intentional about loving, and then be intentional about caring about each other.
So you make music about relationships, like
Mm-hmm.
keeping being monogamous relationships in mind.
Right.
Right. So what was it about monogamous relationship that you felt that you need to start singing about it and bring it to the forefront?
Because I realized how important it was. Because I ain't always been monogamous. So and I just but once I tried monogamous, it was like yeah, this all right here. You know what I'm saying? You know, I better do monogamous but you know, than multiplying. You know, but you know, but hey, you know, this the best times I've had. This the best times I had in life, in my life. I'm not being told. I was serious. I'm being told about best time in all these years that I spent. It's been monogamous with this one person because of this. Because I look forward to every day waking up with this person. It might sound corny, but my wish is for for the whole everybody listen to me to have somebody in their life that they could feel the same way. They wake up every morning to be at just a smile on their face. I be about to break my jaw. I'm so happy to see her in the morning. I be smiling so hard. So, but I'm telling you, and my wish that you would find somebody in everybody's list to find somebody in life like that they feel about like that.
Do you feel like that is missing?
Huh?
And do you feel like that type of love is missing in people relationships?
I do. Because people people are so easily ready to give up.
Mhm.
And I think we should I think we should start standing there and fight. Stand in there and fight. Don't give up so quick.
That speaks volumes of
Yeah.
the highs and lows of relationships.
Right.
And being in a relationship, you know, there's a lot of things that go on.
Right.
And with the music today, it doesn't foster a lot of relationship building.
Right.
And with that, do you feel like the music has changed from the 70s and 80s or whatever when the music was fostering love?
Yeah. It has changed. I mean, it's the music too. I can't knock the music because it's popular in certain areas, but you know I think it's too much music that's saying, hey, if this one don't work, get another one, and I just don't think that's a good thing that we should be we should be festival, you know, you're gonna run out after a while. You need to get one good to stick with it. Yeah, but and I've been
Now,
married
with
before. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I've been married before. That's why I can speak on it now because if you if you don't if you don't if you don't have a background of what the other side look like, you can't talk about this side.
right, right.
So
Now, what do you think about nowadays? A lot of people they might be monogamous, but they're not looking for marriage. Um, they're not looking for marriage, and they rather what they used to say, I guess, back in the day, shack up a little bit.
right.
And how do you feel about that? Um, the because marriage is a commitment with paperwork, and living with someone is a commitment with heart and mind. So,
I
what do you think?
but Oh, good question. And I think that's their choice. But the choice, I still want them. I still would love for people to stick with each other.
Hmm.
It doesn't, you know, it's nothing. Their paper is just paper.
Right.
But to stick with each other, you know, it does it. You know, the it's the divorce court full of faulty papers. So you know, so you know, but I just think it's just stick with each other, and whether you don't have to be married to do that.
No.
Yeah, you don't have to be married to stick with each other. You know what I'm saying? But I just say, you know, it's just like you going to your dad, your parents take you in the store, and they be like, well, I'm just going. It's out there in the toy store. And the bottom line is, like you always say, pick one. Just get one. Pick one. Don't be looking at everything. Pick one.
Right. Now, now the support system
Mhm.
of having someone to come home to is,
Mhm.
I guess, is amazing.
Yeah, it
Um,
is.
and with your support system, how much of they are involved when it comes down to your musical career?
Okay, well, my wife is my wife is my manager. My wife is my booking agent. My wife is my wife is my financial advisor. My wife is well, she's everything to me, and she's my support because one thing about it, yeah, she won't let me fall, and I won't let her fall, and that's huh, and I think that's the difference because I got her back, she got mine.
Now, that's something
I
that a
got
lot of
I got beautiful daughters. I got a mother-in-law. Yeah, and some people say that they don't have great bad. They got bad mother-in-law. I got the best mother-in-law in the world.
that's
Yeah, I
beautiful.
mean, I got the best mother-in-law in the world. I got a band. I got a band that's called the Exceptional Band. We're like family. We're like family. We'll go anywhere. I mean, we just I really, you ain't heard us yet, but I put my band up with anybody. I put my band up against Earth, Wind, and Fire. I got the baddest band in the country.
Hey,
Yeah.
right now, MC Cookie said is the first lady on here watching
Uh-huh.
because she loved that relationship. And come on, wifey,
Come
cut
on,
up,
wife. Get on over here.
cut up, cut up, cut up.
Cookie. Now, Cookie, why you gonna do that? That's not right.
Cut
That
up.
is not right. That was not the
But
plan. I am not the singer. I'm all in the background.
that's beautiful. That's beautiful. And she said she see you
Hey,
pretty.
sing in the background. Sing in the background. You let that money not be right. Sing in the background.
She gonna be on the forefront. She gonna be on the forefront then, huh?
Yeah.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys.
Definitely.
Really quick. I just want to thank everybody that joined, that tune in. Thank you for your support. We're in this together. There's enough money for all of us to be made. Let's get together. Let's work together. Let's just build beautiful music, put music out there for people to enjoy. I'm looking forward to that. And just thank you for your support, overall support. Just really appreciate everyone, the band, our family, everybody that joined today. Thank you for having us. We appreciate that so much. It means the world to us.
Not a problem.
Yeah, when we get real famous and rich, we're gonna come back and put you on our show.
That's right. Don't forget about the little people.
I won't.
And like MC Cookie just said, it's a blessing to see y'all union seed, and she's anointed.
Yeah.
So that's a beautiful situation. And Vanessa, heaven is my goal. Johnson said, "We love you, wifey."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And EU was like, "Congratulations, family." Now, let's get into the transition. We know like a lot of quartet singers come into Southern Soul.
Okay.
Like they switch over into Southern Soul.
Uh-huh.
What is that connection for gospel quartet singers in Southern Soul? What do you think that connection is?
My connection, I don't know what their connection is, but my connection is the Creator. Because even though even my gospel, I'm singing about God, but then I'm singing about God in the quartet field. When I switched over, I'm still singing about godly relationships. So that in the whole equation, in the nucleus, I think it's the creator, and the creator is in my nucleus.
Mm-hmm.
That's common to me from gospel to Southern soul.
Now, being in the industry of music or singing from the period of time that you did, um, there was a lot of great soul blues artists at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Who was inspirational for you during that period of time for a soul blues artist?
I think David Ruffin. David Ruffin of the Temptations and Bobby Womack
Wow,
and Johnny Taylor. All three of those.
that, that's a good combination.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good combination. Now, during the period of time when you started doing music, how did you learn, or who did someone teach you how to write
Uh, no, nobody taught me how to write. I just, I just get format. I was just started formatting ideas and seemed like it just came so easily. I don't, only credit I can give it to is God. It just came so easy because I'm not a professional songwriter. I, I'm not, I didn't have professional vocal lessons, but you know, and only thing I learned, I just learned from listening to other singers and playing music over and over and over again in my youth and listening to changes of notes and melodic sounds and emulating them. And after a while after a while through God's grace, I came up with my own style and my own sound.
now? Being that we talked about your sister a little bit earlier,
Mhm.
right?
Uh-huh.
And how the music ran through the family.
Yeah.
Did you and did you ever sit down and discuss with her doing a jazz album?
Yeah, she wanted me to sing with her so bad. And you touched on something right then, but I would always tell her no. I would always tell her I didn't want to sing. And and we were out of town and we were on vacation. I came back and she was in the hospital. And I didn't know why she was in the hospital because it was all of a sudden she had just got through singing on a gospel, on a jazz show. And she said, brother, don't worry about it. I'm in the hospital. I said, well, I'm on my way there. And then my wife took the phone, but I knew something was wrong. But anyway, she had a terminal cancer, and she only lasted about.
You just didn't get to sing it.
I said, she only lasted for a little while, but I didn't get a chance to sing with her. And I have her pictures all over the wall in my house, and I just wish I would have told her yes when she asked me, and I just didn't do it. But I'm doing it now.
She's always asked you to sing
Yeah,
when you go to your
yeah.
shows.
She would always. We would go to shows. She would do it shows, and she would always call me up on stage to sing with her. I mean, there were shows that they were paying her to sing, but she would always call me up on stage to sing. But that was the extent of me doing something. But she would always want me to do an album with her, and just never made it. I just ran out of time.
Well, thing is, a lot of times I tell people, when we lose them physically, we don't lose them altogether.
Right,
Um, because we keep them alive with the thoughts that we have about them,
right,
things like that. So I
right,
I expect that you definitely utilize that as inspiration to keep
right,
singing and keep doing,
right,
because she was such a beautiful person for the jazz. And Danielle Renee says sorry for your loss. She was great.
right.
Um,
Thank you.
Thank you.
it's it's a lot of things that we use as motivation nowadays
Right.
to keep doing what we do, to
Right.
to keep going, keep pushing, keep
Yeah.
making things happen. And sometimes we have to lose someone close
Right.
to keep us guided in the lane that we need to be in, because of when we want to give up, they don't want us to give up.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
When we figure that it's all over with and that I done had my good times or what have you,
Right.
they like, no, it's still there.
Right.
So
Exactly.
with we're about to get off into this song intentional, and I want to thank you for sharing that tidbit about your sister,
Thank
because
you. Yeah, don't mind. Yeah.
it's definitely,
Yeah.
definitely,
Right.
man.
Yeah.
But ladies and gentlemen, this right here is Intentional by Candy P.
Travel around the world, I met so many girls. Some were amazing, some were just there. I learned in life not to be so fast to jump in. It's so easy to find romance. I just needed a friend. Intentional. Who you get close to. Intentional. Who you spend your time with. Intentional. Who you give your heart to. Intentional. Who you love. Finding the right one you can call. Yeah. Not so easy to do. But if you just hold on, girl, that special one will come through. Spending time with anyone who doesn't know your worth is such a waste of our precious time. Living on earth, intentional. Who you get close to, intentional. Who you spend your time with, intentional. Who you give your heart to, intentional. Who you love, finding a true friend and companion. It's shown up worth waiting for. But when you find these two little things, they mean so much more. Intentional. Who you get close to. Intentional. Who you spend your time with. Intentional. Who you give your heart to. Intentional. Who you love.
That's intentional right there. Now, with your music, it has a lot of jazz, Frankie Beverly and Mays, overtones.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about just singing jazz?
No, because the reason why I never thought about singing jazz because jazz requires too much scatting,
Mm.
and a lot of people and you know the real true the true jazz people that appreciate jazz they love that scatting and stuff, and I can do it, but I don't like doing it
Because I'm listening to
yeah.
AM PM
You're right.
and I'm listening to intentional, and the music is like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like
Right. Right.
it's almost like that Philadelphia sound. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right. And you know, and it's so fun. That's why I was saying that and my band sounds like that for real.
Man.
That's not pre-recorded nothing. That's what my band sounds like. Yeah.
So when you record a song, you record it with the live band, no, you know what I'm saying, instruments, no computer stuff in studio.
No, we don't do that.
Oh, wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So have you ever thought about just doing a live album, live EP?
Yeah, we have. We really want to do that. We got enough stuff that we want to do that, but it'll happen. As we grow and that financial tree grows with us, we'll get there.
Definitely.
Yeah. Yes,
But
we'll get there.
I tell you, it's so mellow, it's so smooth with the music.
Right. Thank you so much.
And I'm sitting here and I'm trying to, and I'm like, this is like some Frankie Beverly. I'm waiting on Frankie to come off in here. You know what I'm saying? Sound like a little bit of the Manhattan is going on up in here.
Right. Yeah.
As an artist, did you ever like take anything from that period in time, because the Philadelphia sound was major, and when they had the groups like Frankie Beverly that's still touring, is it the sound? That sound. What is it about that sound that keeps it?
Well, yeah, I did. I love that sound, and it's even with the new songs. I have another new song coming out called "I Do Love You," and it's still based like I said, I'm trying to blend what Southern soul and 70s R&B. I'm trying to come up with a chemistry to blend those two together, and come up with a new sound.
Wow. Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, and I'm not even gonna sit here and hesitate, man. I'm sitting on it, and I'm like, I'm finna play it again. so this is my show. I'm finna do it the way I want.
That it is. The show.
Let's vibe out, man. Let's vibe out. He's in Atlanta, Georgia.
Travel around the world, I met so many girls. Some were amazing, some were just bad. I learned in life not to be so fast to jump in. It's so easy to find romance. I just need a little thing, intentional. Who you get close to, intentional. Who you spend your time with, intentional. Who you give your heart to, intentional. Who you love, finding the right one you can call. Not so easy to do. intentional. Who you get close to, intentional. Who you spend your time with, intentional. Who you give your heart to, intentional. Who you love, finding a true friend and companion. It's shown up worth waiting for. But when you find these two little things, they mean so much more. Intentional. Who you get close to, intentional. Who you spend your time with, intentional. Who you give your heart to, intentional. Who you love.
Now, see that? They say you the Jeffrey Osborne. You the Mr. Woo Woo Kenya Woo 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 man. Jeffrey Osborne Kenya Woo 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 man.
Thank you, man. Thank you, man.
Hey, Candy P, we're
Thank
coming to the end of the show.
Okay.
I want you to stick around for so we can talk afterwards behind the scenes.
Okay.
But can you tell people how they can get you booked? The booking number,
Okay.
email, or and also where they can get your music and where can they see you perform?
Okay. Well, you for bookings you can go to KP Entertainment LLC. The number is 225-802-6980.
Email address.
And-
bet.win.
And our email address is bet.win, WINENT @gmail.com.
Great. I tell you what, this has been a fantastic show. Had a great time, and I'm not gonna let you live that one down. You the Jeffrey Osborne, Mr. Woo Woo man. But also, too, ladies and gentlemen, make sure
and
that
I'm on all social media platforms. I'm on YouTube, Spotify, YouTube Music, and wherever you think of signing on, just type in Candy P. I'm everywhere, and I got plenty more music for you, and I got plenty more love music for everybody. So we get ready.
There it is. Also, too, make sure that y'all tune in tomorrow when we have the Diamond Princess of Southern Soul. Miss Danielle Renee will be on Real2reel360.
Yes.
Like I tell y'all, man, it's gonna be major.
Yes.
2024,
Exactly.
we up this year. Also, too, want to shout out my brother since he's not here. He'll be back sometime this week.
Yeah.
Those who know what's going on with his mom, she came home from the hospital today, so everything is great. And we're just going to keep pushing forward.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this right here, we come to the end of the show. And like I said, Candy P, anytime that you have any new music, any new merchandise, anything that you want to bring to the people, don't hesitate to call, have a number, we can sit down and chat it up.
Man,
Anytime.
I thank you so much. I thank you so much. Much love, man. Much love. Much love.
Much love, bro. Much love, man. Hey,
you'll make me write a song about you, man.
Oh man. Ladies and gentlemen, and we out of here. This is the end of the show. Thank you very much.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, we starting to come to the end of the show. Right now, I want to take the time out and thank our guests for coming on. Also, too, we want to make sure that y'all listening and subscribing, and tell a friend and keep sharing, because we're going to keep bringing y'all the real content. You know what I mean? So, DJ K-Wise, my brother, take us up out of here, son.
True indeed. I want to give a big shout out to the nation of gods and earth. To all the human families on planet Earth, I say peace. But to our subscribers, those who continue to watch and listen to the show each and every time we come on, I give a big shout out of love, peace, and happiness to you. The peace of man, woman, and child of the universe. It's time for us to disperse. We bring the best, not the worst. We thank you once again for tuning in to the Real 360. Bring a friend to hit that like and subscribe, so we continue to grow to bring more knowledge and wisdom to you. Upon our show, you make it possible for us to do what we do. Now it's time I end it just the way